Hey guys, it's Roscoe on the Space Cut. Today I'm going to be reviewing this, The Weapon of a Jedi by Jason Fry. Now this is from the new canon for Star Wars. This is only, I think, the second book I've read other than Before the Awakening in this new canon. This one's a Luke Skywalker adventure, and it's set between A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. It's quite funny because he's described as wearing essentially the outfit he had on in the medal ceremony at the end of A New Hope. Remember that lemon yellow leather jacket, those brown pants, the black shirt and the knee-high boots. He's wearing that on this trip. And what it is, he's just on a mission for the Rebel Alliance, trying to avoid the Imperials. He's surveying systems in a beat-up old X-Wing. And anyway, while he's doing this, he's drawn by the Force, he thinks, to a planet that he was just going to just skip by. You know, and it's the early days of Luke knowing the Force, so it's still like things with Kenobi in his head. And he's wondering, the Force is telling me something, I should really listen to it. And anyway, when he gets to his original destination, it's a complete disaster. There's Imperials everywhere, you know, and he escapes just, you know, and said, I'm going back to that planet. The Force wanted me to go there. I'm going to listen to the Force. So he does. And essentially, there's an ancient Jedi temple there. It's all forbidden to go there now, of course. Locals won't take them. They'd rather just kill him, in fact, rather than go there. Imperials don't like anyone going there. So he does manage to get someone to take him there. Someone who turns up in The Force Awakens. And it's that guy, Sarko Plank. I have to admit, I don't remember him from it, but it probably was a blink and you'll miss it from Nema Outpost. So anyway, that's his guide. You'll be shocked, I tell you, to learn that he betrays him. It's a fascinating book, The Weapon of a Jedi being the title. That always was the case for a lightsaber, wasn't it? It was the weapon of a Jedi. Only a Jedi could use it or know how to wield it. Other than, say, slicing open a tauntaun. But yes, it looks like they may be going back to that notion. Now, I know we've had, I think in the comics, Boba Fett wields a lightsaber against Vader just to show that he knows how to use it, pissing Vader off, of course. Then General Grievous, who's not Force sensitive, but he's essentially a machine, and he was trained by Count Dooku in the Jedi arts. Pre Vizsla, I think his name was, the leader of the Mandalorians with the Darksaber. He wasn't Force sensitive, but he spent his entire life training with that weapon, so he was able to use it. You know, and obviously there's Finn, who is unconfirmed his Force sensitive status. But in this, it's just, you remember in the novelisation of The Force Awakens, there's that scene where Maz hands Finn the lightsaber and it says, it felt comfortable in his hand, lighter than a blaster. Was he worthy of such a gift? Only time and circumstance would tell. There's a similar line in this, just about it feeling light and comfortable in his hand. It's like a nod to that. I do wonder if that's perhaps a little bit of foreshadowing for Finn. We shall see. It does say that there's little secrets and clues for The Force Awakens in that book. I think the one they were wanting us to look at was the Sarko Plank. But it does also open and close the novel with Threepio talking to Jessica Pava, who's one of the pilots, obviously one of the minor characters. And he's just telling her the story about Luke because she wants to know something about him, and they do. But the particular story in this, it's a bit of Jedi training for Luke at this old Jedi temple. There's a scene where there's those training remotes, you know, that we saw in A New Hope and very briefly in The Force Awakens, where he's facing off against 3 of them. So that was good, helping hone his Jedi resources and skills. And then the Imperials attack the Stormtroopers, you know, because going near a Jedi temple, what's wrong with you? You're clearly up to no good. So anyway, with the help of Sarko Plank, he does defeat those Stormtroopers. But then it turns out Sarko's turning against him because what he wanted was access to the temple so he could essentially loot it, you know, without worrying about Stormtroopers being around. Luke's actually already kind of had a vision of something that was going to happen. And it happens. But that's the thing about visions, they're never quite what you think they are. You know, a vision where you think you're dead, it's just you unconscious perhaps, you know, and then you wake up, that sort of thing. So yes, it's really interesting. And there's another character in there, I forget her name, a local female on the planet Deveron where they are, and she's essentially, she helps Luke as well. And Sarcoplant's going to kill her also, turn her over to the Stormtroopers. That's right, the Stormtroopers actually, they capture her because Luke's Y-Wing is being repaired in the town by her father. I think it was something like that anyway. It wasn't a massively major part of the story. But no, it's fascinating, these early steps into the Force for Luke Skywalker. There is mention of Anakin Skywalker, obviously, and there's mention of Darth Vader. Not linked, of course, at this stage, other than one killed the other. I did thoroughly enjoy this. I will admit it took me a little while to get my head back into this new canon's early days. But once I did, it was really interesting and I thoroughly enjoy it. I'll be moving on to Smuggler's Run and Moving Target next. I don't know which one I'm going to read first, but I'm very much looking forward to it. This new canon, I really like it. It's as much as I love the old canon, and you know I've been reading some bits of that old canon, it was too cluttered and you couldn't breathe for knocking over someone else's storyline. Now that it's essentially been cleared away, almost filling in rapidly, I suppose, with comics and books, you know, that the story, it can go in any direction. So that was just my quick review of The Weapon of a Jedi. I did thoroughly enjoy it. The hints and clues for The Force Awakens, nods to it, and obviously the little things that is like a secret for the audience that Luke doesn't know about, say, Anakin and Darth being the same person. And it's nice to see like a Y-Wing getting some love for a change, you know, because it's usually just the X-Wings or maybe the A-Wings that get it. Good to see him lumbering around in one of those old beasts. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or suggestion for an upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.